If you enjoy the content on this channel, please like and subscribe. Monsieur Spade is an American neo-noir television miniseries created by Scott Frank and Tom Fontana and stars Clive Owen as Dashiell Hammett's fictional private detective, Sam Spade. The series was originally released in the United States by AMC Networks. The show is set in the year of 1963, as the legendary detective Sam Spade is enjoying retirement in the south of France. By contrast to his days as a private eye in San Francisco, Spade's life in Bazoules is peaceful and quiet, but the rumoured return of his old adversary will change everything. 6 beloved nuns have been brutally murdered at a local convent. As the town grieves, secrets emerge and new leads are established. Spade learns that the murders are somehow connected to a mysterious child who is believed to possess great powers. The show is a co-production between AMC and Canal+. The creators were Scott Frank and Tom Fontana, who also wrote the scripts and served as executive producers, with Frank also directing the series. The whole show, of course, was shot in France. Some interesting trivia notes. Sam Spade is a fictional character and the protagonist of Dashiell Hammett's 1930 novel, The Maltese Falcon. Spade also appeared in 4 lesser-known short stories by Hammett. Notably, film adaptations include The Maltese Falcon, released in 1931, with Ricardo Cortez as Sam Spade. Satan Met a Lady in 1936, with Warren William as Spade. And the big-budget film The Maltese Falcon, released in 1941, with Humphrey Bogart as Sam Spade. Spade's car is a Citroën Ami 6 Berlin, probably a 1961 model. The car, in today's terms, if it's in good condition, is worth about plus-minus $10,000. The Maltese Falcon, first published as a serial in the pulp magazine Black Mask, is the only full-length novel by Hammett in which Spade appears. The character, however, is widely cited as a crystallizing figure in the development of hard-boiled private detective fiction. Raymond Chandler's Philip Barlow, for instance, was strongly influenced by the character of Spade. Spade was a departure from Hammett's nameless, less-than-glamorous detective, the Continental Op. Spade combined several features of previous detectives, most notably his detached demeanor, his keen eye for detail, and unflinching determination to achieve his own justice. As mentioned earlier, the character became closely associated with the actor Humphrey Bogart, who played Spade in the third and best-known film version, The Maltese Falcon. Though Bogart's slight frame, dark features, and no-nonsense depiction contrasted with Hammett's vision of Spade, who in the books was described as blonde, well-built, and mischievous, his sardonic portrayal was well received, as well as generally regarded as an influence on both film noir and the genre's archetypal private detective. Spade was also played by Ricardo Cortez in the first film version in 1931. Despite being a critical and commercial success, an attempt to re-release the film in 1936 was denied by approval by the Production Code Office due to the film's lewd content. Since Warner Brothers could not re-release the film, a second version was made. For the comedy Satan Met a Lady in 1936, the central character was renamed Ted Shane and was played by Warren William. The film was a box office failure. George Segal played Sam Spade Jr., son of the original, in a film spoof, The Black Bird, released in 1975. The Black Bird was panned by critics. Peter Falk delivered a more successful spoof the following year as Sam Diamond in Neil Simon's Murder by Death. This was preceded by a spoof character, Sam Diamond, in the Addams Family episode Things Is Missing, released in 1965, portrayed here by Tommy Farrell. Now, Monsieur Spade is a masterfully crafted neo-noir thriller that pays homage to the classic detective genre while injecting it with dry humour and sarcasm. Clive Owen here shines as the titular character, a jaded and witty former detective who is as rough around the edges as he is brilliant in his deductions. The French setting also provides a stunning backdrop for the show, lending itself perfectly to the dark and moody atmosphere that pervades every scene. The cast is excellent across the board, with stand-up performances here from Stanley Weber as the dark and bitter Jean-Pierre, a man who served in the Algerian campaign for France. Not to mention Jonathan Zakai as the enigmatic Philip Saint-André and Louis Bourgeon as the alluring and down-to-earth bar owner, Marguerite Davenot. Cara Bossum as Teresa also turns out a fine performance for this young actress. For me, the writing is absolutely superb, with keen attention to detail and a deep understanding of the genre. The dialogue is crisp and witty, with a healthy dose of sarcasm that adds to the show's humour and charm. This is truly a sophisticated, well-put-together show, with Clive Owen returning to his suave and sophisticated best, as he brings the jaded Sam Spade to life with absolute perfection. The story twists and turns and weaves its narrative, whilst keeping you fascinated, intrigued, and wondering what will exactly happen next. I sincerely hope we do get another version of Clive Owen here playing Spade. A show like this brings to mind the recent interpretation done by Perry Mason, with Matthew Rhys in the lead. And for me, being a fan of these sort of period detective piece neo-noir stories, well, this show was right up my alley. Unfortunately, I did find the end of Mr. Spade somewhat convoluted and over the top, and a bit of a damp squib to otherwise what was a brilliant show. One thing, however, I must compliment is the fantastic score. It's a beautiful rendition and really adds to the show. With its masterful writing, excellent cast, stunning French setting, and perfect blend of humour and suspense, Monsieur Spade gets a 9 out of 10.